Going to the main part, what brought us here. Folks, 1, Isaiah 61-13. Let's start it this way. In the year that King Isaiah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the serpents. Each one had 6 wings. With twine he covered his face, and with twine he covered his feet, and with twine he did fly. One cried unto another, and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. I'm going to skip that. And I'm going to skip the part because this part is the beginning before. And let's go to verse 8 and add this on there because the part of 4 through 7 came 2,000 years after this here. And I heard 2,600 years after. And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send? Who will go for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me. And he said, Go and tell this people, Hear you indeed, but understand not, and see you indeed, but perceive not. Make the hearts of the people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, Until the cities be without inhabitant, when a nuclear weapon been released on this earth, and the humans without man, and the house without man, and the land be utterly desolated, and the Lord have removed far away, and there be a great forsaken in the midst of the land. But yet in it shall be a tent, and it shall return, and shall be eaten as a telltale tree, and an oak whose substance is in itself, in them, when they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the substance of them. And you know, this was Jesus who is coming. That took care of this part when we went to the cross and was slain together. But this was the return back. Now, verse 4, as it said, And the posts of the door moved, of the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. My eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then flew one of the serpents unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongue from the altar, and he laid it upon my mouth, and said, Lo, this has touched thy lips, and thy iniquity is taken away, and thy sin is purged, is forgiven. What this was, in 1993, when God sent a man after me and told me, as we worked by the local railroad at the time, that God had sent him out to me, and he anointed me so, and I told him that when I get ready for God, you be the first one to know. After that, February 15, 1994, I lost the job, had a career in an injury, and God began to tear my hedges out around me. I found myself addicted to cocaine. That made me a man of unclean lips, and to keep from getting caught, I dwelled with people who had unclean lips who also did cocaine, because you smoke it through a pipe through the mouth. I seen that the cocaine was not here to make money, but secretly exterminate our peoples. It became a double-edged sword where if it don't get you in the cross swing, it'll get you in the back swing. And this is what they was using this for. And they saw that I was not one of those people, and I kept talking to the people about when they get ready to come up, that I get ready to come up, I'm getting out of here. But I seen too much, and they decided that I should be taken out. They decided that it was told to me that they were going to charge me with drug trafficking so they can take and put me in prison for a long time. Black people would get 50 years for something like this. Well, during my tribulation that I came up as a child, we starved most of the time when I was very young, and we had to eat some half-spoiled chicken we found on the city dump in oil time. My mother washed and cooked and prepared for a meal. We had ate this, and we picked cotton and frost. Hands became frostbitten so many times. Well, thinking about all of this, and thinking about working all my life, and there was no rest. And they was talking about taking my freedom from me, and I was going to get sent to the penitentiary for 50 years, I know, or more. And I would have been dead, and been and would not have any life. So I didn't want my life no more. I said it was no use. As I went and prayed the sinner's prayer at night and asked God to take my life, I didn't believe in taking my own life. I said, please, I said, you didn't walk away from me. I walked away from you. Please withdraw your breath from me. I said, if you don't see fit for me to be a part of your kingdom, then I will understand. But Holy Father, I don't want my life no more. Please withdraw your breath from me. Done so, God placed me into a deep sleep. I was caught up in the middle of the air in the spirit. I was facing the earth, the head face down, and I saw God with my mind. He saw him sitting in the center of the sun, staring at the earth nonstop. Not going through all that because I'm running out of time. He told me, I sent a man after you, and you didn't hear him. I went to crying again. As I was crying when he called me up, and he said, don't preach my gospel, but write my gospel. And he said, right, you must forsake your mother, your father, your sister, and your brother. You must forsake your friends and your kin. You must forsake all for me, for they will forsake you. And God told me, your tribulation's up on you now, but I will remember you. Let me know that this was not over, that something else was going to happen. But he told me that he will remember me. As I was descending back down to earth, four spirits left the side up here, right side, as I saw a wound like it came out of, and was descending behind me, and there four spirits of fire turned to 12 plagues. And I saw a part of the sun as if it had broke off of fire, moved slowly towards earth. After I got here on earth, I saw people's land everywhere in America dead, and all this here. But after this, as I began to move away from my addiction, and they saw me moving away from my addiction after I saw God sitting in the sun in the year of 1995. They saw that God forgave me when he touched my lip. Well, they decided they're going to come to my house and kill me. One day I was asleep. They put a hit out on me. They came and firebombed my house between the door and the glass plate door, and it burnt the house. God said the house was filled with smoke, and the doorpost moved. By the doorpost being anchored to the superstructure, ain't no way it could move. By saying it was filled with smoke and letting us know the house was set on fire. And by he saying the doorpost moved, that means only thing can make a doorpost move is got to be a tornado or bomb. But by it being fire, being on fire, it means the house was firebombed at the man's house who had been addicted to cocaine, who had seen God sitting up in the center of the sun. That's the fulfillment of what I said. And as I stood up in there trying to, after I got a deep burning in my stomach, while laying down side of my wife, I got up and the smoke knocked me to my knee, and I fell down and told my wife, get up and get my daughter up. And we got up and got out of there. But the house was filled with smoke, and the doorpost didn't move because somebody had threw a substance all the way around the doorpost where I had been done repair up at the roof. That's threw a liquid suction up there, and there was liquid all up in the top of the loft. The loft was blazing up there. They had threw it up there and set it on fire, trying to consume us in the house. And so this is where he said, this was the fulfillment of this. This connected me with Jesus and John the Baptist. I didn't know who I was until this characteristic matched the character. The same way as in Malachi, when the characteristic meets the character where this was a united, then you will know the both witness that of Jesus would be in place, spoken of in Revelation chapter 11. This is where we are today in Bible prophecy. The time is at hand. Jesus is near. We're not going to get any better. Everything you see is delusion.